Well, we made it to our hip camp. Here we are. I'm going to go unlock the gate. We'll go in. All right, we made it. This is our campsite for the night. Look at this. We have it all to ourselves. We've got an outhouse and a fire ring, and there's water here. Very cool. Whew, got to get the tent up and get warm. Okay, Overland Travel Adventures. We have parked the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, and we're going to set up camp. All right, let's get started. So the first order of business is to unroll and set up the Tough Stuff 4x4 awning that we've got mounted to the Lightner rack. So Jackson and I will start doing that. So like most awnings, this one just rolls out. It's got poles that drop down for the legs, and we're just adjusting those, and you just tighten them with your hands. They'll just twist tight. There you go. And then you go and attach the Velcro straps to the side poles that plug in, and then you've got a pretty sturdy awning set up. And now I'm just unloading the Jeep, throwing the solar panels out, getting the jack out, getting the heater out, just getting all the stuff out because we're going to set the tent up underneath the awning. Okay, so now we're going to attach the Tough Stuff awning camp shelter room, and it has a PVC floor. So we're just setting up the tarp underneath so that the tent just doesn't rest on the ground, just keeps it cleaner. You don't have to, but it's just something we do. Pull this big tent out. It's pretty heavy. Got to roll it out here, but it's pretty easy to set up. The first thing you got to do is slide this in to the awning system. So you just wiggle that in. It's good if you have two people to do it. You can do it by yourself, but it's a little tricky. And then you just click these little plastic clips onto the awning, and it sets up pretty quick. And in the front, you have a similar thing. It feeds into it, and it's got a zipper. It's a little more fiddly because you got the tension and the weight of the awning, but again, whoop, there, the leg just fell down, but just reset that. Clip, clip, clip. And voila, you have a tent set up. Now I'm just going to put the guidelines down, put a couple stakes in the ground, and you've got a 6.5 by 8 foot room, which is very nice. Now it's pretty cold out, so keeping this big of a volume warm is going to be a trick. We're going to put the Camco Olympian Wave 3 catalytic heater in the tent to keep us warm. Jackson's got our backpacks. He's just going to throw those in the tent. Then around back, you can see I've mounted the propane tank here in the back of the Jeep, and I'm just going to run and connect that one line from the splitter to the Wave 4. And now I'm setting up one of my Christmas presents and using it for the first time. This is the Oris Scodel. This thing's built like a tank. It's got heavy-duty legs. You just tighten them up, flip it over. I'm going to connect my propane hose. It can run off just the small green bottles, but I'm running it off my 20-gallon propane tank. And this is the Lifesaver water filtration system that I use, so it's a big jerry can with a filter and it works great. Got our e-bikes on the back of the Gladiator, and we're going to ride those tomorrow. But here's our camp. And this is the ARB fridge freezer that we always bring, and I've got it plugged into the Jeep for power. So here's a great view of our camp all set up. Well, good morning, Overland Travel Adventures. Jackson and I are out here at our hip camp, and we're expecting some rain, so we're trying to pack up quick and get the heck out of here. We've already packed up the tent, and now Jackson is cooking breakfast. Let's take a look. Flip those over. Now we're trying to make a blueberry pancake. I brought it in a Ziploc bag already mixed up, so we'll see how that turns out. All right, the Oris Scodel is cleaned up, and I'm gonna pack it back up in its bag. The pancakes turned out pretty good with the bacon. One of the tests was bringing the new Sondors MXS and the SurRon Lightbee electric motorcycle and comparing them head to head, so we'll talk about that. And we also wanted to see how I could recharge both bikes with the Blue Eddy AC 200, I think is what it is, with solar. So it's a solar generator, charge the batteries, and tested some of that last night, but I need more sun and more time to do it. But it filled the batteries on both bikes almost to 80% from about 40%. So another thing that happened was I tried to use our Saris 4-bike carrier to carry the heavy SurRon and the MXS, and it failed down here, which was interesting. This bracket loosened up on both of them. I think I can tighten it back up when I get home, but I just grabbed some ratchet straps and connected them to the SurRon and to the MXS here and tied it in down to the hitch, and that seems to hold it all together. But I have to be really careful going home with this. Lots of weight. Okay, we're packed up and ready to go. Let's go ride these bikes.
Hey, Overland Travel Adventures. Jackson and I are at the Knoxville off-highway vehicle recreation area, and we are riding on the new Sondors MXS mountain bike, and I am on the SurRon, and we're comparing the two. Jackson's starting out on the MXS, so we're going to switch here in a bit. And as you can see, we're cruising along here pretty good.
Oh my god, the 9 is crazy. I have it on level 9, I need to put it down. It's just like the full-on boost.
Yeah?
If I'm pedaling.
Pedaling doesn't matter?
No. I had it on there for a little bit, and I just started realizing it's going crazy fast. Even on 6 right now. Still pedaling really hard. If this was capped on 20, it would make it so much harder to ride.
Oh, yeah.
It would constantly be softening up. I wouldn't be able to get up a hill.
Oh! End of the road.
It's weird.
End.
There's like so many landmarks that it was trying to get.
Yeah, it said to go this way, huh?
Yeah.
It's closed. So now Jackson's on the SurRon. I'm on the MXS.
We're not even recording
And
one.
I'm a lot taller on this thing than that thing. The SurRon's very low to the ground. And Jackson's already leaving me in the dust. Yeah, you think it's easy to ride?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's probably easier because it's low to the ground, you know? And
Oh, yeah.
it's got suspension and power, so...
Also, after all those years of watching you, I think I know what I'm doing a little bit.
You want to switch back?
Of course not that.
You're so funny. So there's these two brothers up in Oregon, the E-Moto brothers, and they've got a badass upgrade kit for the SurRon. Bigger battery, more power. Thing's insane. And you can like program the controller so you can change it up. One thing on the video, I don't know if you'll be able to tell how fast we're going, but it's, you know, we're going anywhere from 18 to over 20 miles an hour through this stuff, which is pretty fast. So I'm on power setting 7 and using the throttle going uphill, but pedaling. Okay, so I'm giving it all I can, going up this hill. Pedaling, throttle. Definitely more workout on this thing than the SurRon. But it does it. Whew. So, do you think 2 SurRons or 2 Sondors?
Well, I mean, the SurRon is not as accessible. We already have 4 Sondors bikes. We can't take the SurRons everywhere.
That's true. You can ride this everywhere. Yeah. Think these would be fun at the Black Rock Desert?
Oh my God, yes.
Let's go super fast.
All right, Overland Travel Adventures, we're going to ride back to the Gladiator, pack up, and head home. This was a successful test camp. We learned a few things. There's a few pieces of kit I need to add, and we will go back out and do another test camp before we go on a really big adventure with just the Gladiator. But we're getting close, and we're able to bring some incredibly fun e-toys, the SurRon and the Sondors MXS. We'll see you next time.